How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video edition of Are You For Real? You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right,
I'm pumped, bro. It's October.
I feel it, bro. We're talking about one of my favorite things, Disney Channel original movies.
DCOM, but not any Disney Channel original movies.
Not any. It's October, bro. And October is...
Spooky season.
You already know, bro. And
I got my witch's brew right here.
Oh, bro, I saw that you poured me some. I appreciate it. You're not even going to cheers me, homie?
Oh, it's not witch's brew. It's Shasta Punch.
Even better, bro.
That's good.
Nothing like some Shasta Tiki Punch, homie.
I love it.
So, yeah, we're not talking about any Disney Channel original movies. We're talking about spooky Disney Channel original movies.
Yep.
And we've kind of broken it down. And I think we're going to bust out a little October madness.
Ooh,
Bracket out for my sport fans out there. Place your bets. But we broke it down to 8 very popular, spooky Disney Channel original movies.
Yeah, we put them in a random generator online. Ran it 5 times, and I
watched him.
This is how the
bracket... made sure I was here for it.
This is how it came out. Break it down. Tell them.
All right. So, on the left side of the bracket, folks, we have Don't Look Under the Bed. I know it's a fan favorite for a lot of you. Under that, I would argue maybe a little underappreciated. Some people don't even really know about it when I ask them about it. We have Under Wraps.
DCOM original, what started it all. First one.
It's like my girlfriend's favorite. Second, on the left side, we have Phantom of the Megaplex versus Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. Ooh. The only sequel on the list because it's the only one, in our opinion, worthy. No offense, Twitches 2. You're fired, too. And speaking of Twitches, on the right side of the bracket, I'm going your left, I guess, technically over here. Ding, ding. We've got Twitches, Tia and Tamara Mari.
Love them.
Sister. Up against, this one's going to be tough to beat, I feel like. This one might run the gamut for a while.
Halloween Town?
Halloween Town.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah, everybody's favorite. And then finishing it up, we have one of my favorites, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Okay.
Versus the Scream Team.
Okay, we're going to put that bracket on the screen for you guys right now because I know that was a mouthful.
It was, so you're probably seeing that on the screen. Yeah. We have our own whiteboards. We are going to do our own brackets for the sake of us yelling at each other. So, all right, first up, we have Don't Look Under the Bed versus Under Wraps. What do you have?
For my pick?
Yeah.
Oh, on the spot like that?
I'm throwing it at you, bro. Sorry.
Don't Look Under the Bed. Bye-bye, Under Wraps.
Whoa. You're just tossing it like that?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a little reasoning. What for?
Because I think Don't Look Under the Bed, maybe, because I watched it younger, but I feel like it's the scariest movie on the list. Don't Look Under the Bed was creepy, bro.
I'm not going to argue that Don't Look Under the Bed is very scary.
Yeah.
And I was recently kind of rewatching it before this.
Okay.
And it didn't scare me like it did when I was a kid, but the makeup is very effective, and there's a lot of scary imagery in Don't Look Under the Bed.
And you know what?
The story's kind of scary, too.
I don't like mummies. I'm not a big fan on mummies.
Really?
It's kind of like culture appropriation, bro.
And on that note, my pick is Under Wraps. I like this movie a lot. Main character is a kid that was obsessed with movies and horror movies specifically. His whole bedroom's like decked out in movie props and cool stuff, and I resonate with that as a kid. I really wanted to live in his bedroom. I just think it's a fun story, man. It's like about I think it's 3 kids, his buddy and the girl, and they get into some shenanigans. They find the mummy when they probably shouldn't, and they end up helping him and helping the mummy find some love, and it's just a nice story, man.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie, dude. It had a tough first round matchup, and sometimes that's just how the chips fall.
That is. In October, you heard it here, folks. Second bracket. No, I'm sorry, not bracket. Second matchup. I apologize. I'm getting too upset over here about the Under Wraps comment. We have Phantom of the Megaplex, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
And this is another tough matchup.
Another one, folks. We've got 2 contenders battling it out to get to the semis. Who do you got?
I love Phantom of the Megaplex. I'm a movie guy. I love Phantom of the Opera. You get to Phantom of the Megaplex. It's Phantom of the Opera, pretty much.
In the empty movie theater, the kids running around. Mickey Rooney.
But...
It unfortunately has the matchup against Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
And, it had no chance.
Unfortunately, it
had no... gone.
When we're talking about great sequels, folks, you think of Empire Strikes Back, Godfather 2, Frozen 2. Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge is up there for me, Anthony. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
As a kid, seeing them grown up, seeing them in half in like the suburbs where they live, and then half of them, Marnie and the grandma stuck in Halloween Town because of Calabar's the son is Calabar too, right? Cal.
Yeah.
Cal.
That's why he wants the revenge.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
But it's called Calabar's Revenge, and Calabar's the guy in the first one, so I was just double checking my facts. I don't want to say anything wrong. But I just love this movie. I love the idea that it's like the gang split up and they're trying to save it. I love how Marnie and the grandma and Luke are just kind of figuring things out on the low. Anytime I lose something in my house, I joke that it's at that guy's house in Halloween Town too, where everything that's lost ends up in his home. So for me as well, I'm going Halloween Town 2.
Okay, we agreed. That's a first. Wow.
Yeah, that one's a banger. Upper right bracket, Twitches versus Halloween Town.
I love me some Tia and Tamara.
I do too, and I wish this one was harder than it
but
is.
I don't even have to break it down for you.
I really don't. You'd be yelling at the camera.
When you go against a juggernaut that is Halloween Town, you're not going to see a lot of L's its way, and I'm going with Halloween Town. My girl Marnie, the original crush from Disney Channel, and it just Halloween Town was like, dare I say, Harry Potter before the Harry Potter movies. Like, it brought you into this world.
It did a really good job, yeah. In a world that, like, all of us, I'm sure as kids loved Halloween. You love dressing up. You love going trick-or-treating. So to see that world brought to life with all the fun characters, the vampires and the ghosts and the mummies.
I wanted to go to Halloween Town, bro. I wanted to be there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The giant jack-o'-lantern. Just so much about Halloween Town just feels warm and inviting until the bad things start popping off. But then they save the day, and then it becomes warm and inviting again. Okay. And I love the idea that you can only get there through that like little crazy bus on Halloween night. And time's different. Like there's so many interesting things about Halloween
Like I
Town.
said, Harry Potter. You could only get there on a bus. Harry Potter, you could only get there on platform 9 3/4.
Or a flying car.
Boom.
Shout out my boy Ron. All right. In the last quarterfinal match, we have Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire with the wonderful Caroline Rhea and the Scream Team. Kind of a scary one, I think. You said Don't Look Under the Bed was scary. I think the Scream Team is pretty scary too.
I like the Scream Team because the Scream Team I feel like it's scary, but I feel like it's also family oriented. You have like this good family bond.
The brother and the sister.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Kat Dennings.
I was gonna say Kat Dennings. That's her name. Yeah,
Nora from Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. The young role. So
I enjoy it, but this might be the first upset on the list because I'm going with Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire.
For you, the upset, I like that. For me, it's a no-brainer. Oh, kicking the mic.
Okay.
I love Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. I remember watching this one when I was a kid, too. And
so you're picking Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire also?
I am, yeah.
Dude, we agree. Oh, wow. 3 out of 4.
Yeah, I love, like I said, I love the idea of these kids trying to save their mom. You know, the mom's just looking for love. And this guy comes in, suave as hell, charming. But the kids know something's up, dude. And they just sniff that shit out.
Bro, one of the best scenes in that movie is when the kids go and they're having their date and they think they're proven wrong. They're like, okay, he's not a vampire. And he turns and he looks in the mirror and it looks like the mom's at the table by herself.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh, man. That's like the best scene.
Yeah, and then they're just like, no, we have to save
you are a fucking vampire.
And then there's like the vampire hunter like following him around. Yeah. And the kids think that he's like the weird, shady, kind of scary guy at first.
But he's not.
Yeah. Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. All right.
Okay, so we're in our final 4. Not a lot of movies make it this far, folks.
Final 4. Under Wraps versus Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. And then we've got Halloween Town versus Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. All 4. And for you, I forgot we have different brackets.
For me, we have Don't Look Under the Bed versus Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. And then we have Halloween Town versus Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. So very similar except for the one movie.
As we're coming into these final rounds, tough matchups all around, I have to say.
Yeah, and when you get to this final 4, it's going to be star-studded rosters across the board. That's just how it goes.
Just to be expected. There could be a few upsets. I don't know that I'm predicting that per se, but there could be on the board a couple heavy hitters. We got the 1 seed up against Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Okay. I'm just gonna get into it. Don't Look Under the Bed versus Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. I gotta go with Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge.
I understand.
Just a masterful movie.
As we touched on before. I'm gonna get into one more thing I didn't say. I love the party. They're the dance at the end that they're all chaperoning,
Yes.
and then the curse hits in, and they all turn into like with the costumes that they're wearing.
Dude, that's dope.
As a kid, man, and the swamp creature thing, dude, that was my favorite one. That's when
Dope.
Sophie and her brother come in and save the day.
Dude, I like the brother because like he doesn't think he's like supposed to be a warlock, right? And yeah.
And he helps out at the end in Halloween Town. They tell
Mhm.
him, "Come on, you can use your powers."
Yeah.
And then Halloween Town 2, he's kind of like he's really smart and he's like figuring stuff out.
Hero's journey.
Honestly, for me, I have Under Wraps versus Halloween Town 2. Again, folks, not an upset happening on that side. We as well are going with the underrated sequel, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. And I only say underrated only because I feel like Halloween Town is definitely the favorite between the two. It is a classic. So it'll be interesting to see if they match up in the finals.
Okay, on the other side of the bracket, we have Halloween Town versus Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. This one is a little closer, going back and forth, but I gotta go with Halloween Town.
Just say it, bro. Unfortunately, the number 1 seed may be going for the whole thing, folks, because as well on Tyler's bracket, we're going Halloween Town. That one hurt a little bit. I'm going to be honest. I didn't like watching the other team celebrate on the court, only because they were showing shots of the other team not celebrating on the sidelines.
Yes, you can say we got a modern day civil war on our hands, folks. Halloween Town 2 versus Halloween Town 1.
Two behemoths.
Good old
Stone
fashioned
Cold classics on Disney Channel. I know we all had a lot of talk about getting your VHS ready to record these ones, folks. Am I right? You guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Talking about looking at the TV guide, Disney Channel. Mom, we need to make sure that we set this up to record because Halloween Town's going to be on.
That's how we had to do it back then. They don't know.
Oh, man, this one's bringing me back. I need a moment to think about this, I think.
Okay. Let's write final answers down on this one.
I'm sick. I hope you still love me.
And, this is what these teams fight for all year, and it comes down to this. There are no losers. No losers here, except Halloween Town 1, because Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, is the winner.
It is, folks. I'm sorry. We have a W from the sequel. Like I said earlier, maybe one of the few sequels that arguably beats out the original.
It was tough.
It was a tough one. That one hurt a little bit.
I'm shocked that we agree.
I might have to go home and watch Halloween Town just so it knows that I don't hate it that much. You know what I mean?
I don't hate it. I hate Halloween Town High and Halloween Town, like back to Halloween Town, but Halloween Town and Calabar's Revenge.
Upper tier.
Yep.
Upper tier for sure. Well, thank you for joining us, folks. That was a fun journey on our October Madness.
It was.
Chime in on Twitter. We're going to throw up a poll. Do our own little October Madness for you guys. Let us know what you think. Maybe you should run the gamut. Maybe you'll agree with us. Maybe you won't.
Know in the comments or whatever. If you don't have the Twitter, get in the comment section on YouTube. Tell us, hey, your list is dumb.
You're right to do that if you want. I'm not going to be mad.
Or not.
So, yeah. Thank you for joining us, guys. Keep it spooky. Check these out on Disney Plus or not because you don't want to pay for the subscription service. Sure, they're all on YouTube. Peace.
Later, guys.